Okay, thank you, Pinaki. So, this book called Chanakya Niti, written by Radhakrishnan Pillai, has many verses. It's around 300 plus pages. So, the entire book has contents in terms of verses, right? So, it has verses in terms of spiritual wisdom, real world wisdom, wealth, a relationship, what to do, what not to do. So anybody who's interested can go through the entire book. It is in simple English, anybody can understand. So this is the original book is written by Chanakya in Sanskrit, but this author Radhakrishnan Pillai, he has translated that to English. It is very simple English, as I mentioned, and it is in verses, right? Okay, so who is Chanakya? Just to begin with, no, just to give an introduction about who is Chanakya. Chanakya was a great philosopher. He was a statesman, a political strategist who lived in the 4th century BC. Uh, he he studied in Takshashila and he moved to Pataliputra, the then Magadha, right? Magadha dynasty. So he was a political advisor to the emperor Chandragupta Maurya, right? So he was part of their dynasty. He was a advisor. He has written Artha Shastra. All of us have heard of this. Artha Shastra was actually written by Chanakya and it has 6,000 sutras, right, or the formulas to to have a good leadership and governance. So these sutras are written basically for the kings, but he wanted to give something for the common people, right? So what he did was he wrote Chanakya Niti. Niti is again set of rules or sutras that common people can follow to have a peaceful living. That was his intention. So this book, picked my attention for the reason I wanted to go into the history, understand great personalities, and know what they were thinking in those times, and what is that we can understand from their way of thinking and thoughts and actions. So that is how I bought this book and started reading through it. So the verses written here are like simple. Everybody knows what is there, and we can very easily relate to our day-to-day life. It is not something that is very different and unknown to us, but it is some it gives us an opportunity to reflect upon those verses and try to relate that to our day-to-day life. Whatever situations we are getting into, how we behave and how we should actually be, right? So those are some of the things that we can understand from these verses. So as I mentioned, this book is neatly structured and it is easy to follow. So this book begins with a question, right? What is your wish? So he asked this question because those days, people were on survival mode. Even now, to a greater extent, we are on a survival mode, right? We are thinking only about the wants around us. And of late, I know many of us are thinking about what is the purpose of life. It is so much disturbing us because we are thinking beyond the survival, right? So what is that we want from our life? What is our purpose in life is something that we are questioning ourselves. So this is a question that he's starting with. So he says that we have to live for others, we have to serve for others. That is when God will start granting us opportunities to live, right? And this we can very well relate to the current world. We are moving from self mode to the service mode, and this group is an example of that. So so Chanakya wants us to be mindful also, right? When we are serving others, it is not just serving. He also says that we have to balance it out by being aware of what is happening in the world, right? It is not that we just confine ourselves to what we think and what we do. You should also be aware of what is happening so that it will give us strength and the capabilities to deal with difficult people and circumstances. Agreed? Any thoughts on that? Whatever I said so far, any thoughts? Can we just live with, serving people and doing our day-to-day life work, being minimalistic and so on? So,
Probably,
do we agree that we
probably,
have to balance it?
certainly, probably what I would say that it's not about balancing, it's about it maintaining harmony, and the second thing is that
Exactly.
prioritizing the attention, where I need to pay my attention to, what are things that demand my attention, and I'm aware of it.
Exactly. Yeah, harmony is a correct word there. Yeah. Thank you, Pinaki. So I'm just moving on to one of the verses. Chanakya emphasized on reading, right? He says, read and read and read, right? So he says, the holy texts like Vedas, Shastras, Puranas. So, why do we have to read all this? We have to read this so that we are prepared to face any eventualities and even to escape them, right? It is not about only facing them, but there are times when we have to escape certain eventualities. So, reading of these Vedas and scriptures will help us a lot, and it will also give us the ground reality of life. What is actually life? We should not be in a virtual world or in a fantasy world. It will, make us rooted, keep us grounded. So for that reason we have to read all the scriptures. Yeah, so it is important to read holy texts on a daily basis so that we are not taken aback when we face certain situations in life. It will make us strong from within. You will be able to face any challenge from a spiritual angle, he says. Okay, so let me move on to the next verse. He says, a wise man's prayers are his roots. So for a tree, the roots, are the ones that will hold the entire tree. It is giving nourishment and so on. So likewise, for a person, it is very important for him to be devout, pray. It is not to show to the outside world, but it is for his mental strength that he has to pray and stay rooted to it. Okay, so I'm moving on. Any thoughts so far?
Uh, Rajna, hi. That is such a wonderful book which you are reading, and I'm a very big fan of Chanakya Niti. Okay, I feel that is much required in today's corporate world, and we cannot exist without incorporating those things. Okay, so what you just said, reading our sculpture, our scripture, sorry, or something or the other. So the same way they say we should read Bhagavad Gita. Okay, even if we are reading one shlok every day, because it has the guidance how to lead our life in a better way. Because currently the whole world, or especially the Gen Z, they are struggling with emotional intelligence. They are not they get frustrated very easily. They are resorting to depression. They are resorting to suicides and those kind of things. So it is said, nowadays people are realizing it, that Bhagavad Gita teachings should be incorporated right from childhood, so that the kid has a understanding how to mitigate today's challenges and to stay in the competitive environment right from the starting.
I
So
agree,
what you
Shruti.
said is much required, and we actually forget our learning, the primitive learning, and that is why currently we are in this kind of turmoil.
Exactly. I do agree, Shruti. Just to give an example from my life, I watch and I read, Ramayana, Mahabharata. I listen to many podcasts. I
Oh,
know the
fine.
story. I know the basic storyline. Everybody knows for that matter, right? But I'm not promoting anything here. But one thing fascinates is it is so much relatable to the current situation, current world, the life that we are going through, right? So and every character in these two epics give us lot of lessons. It is still relatable. It says that every character, they have gone through good times, they have gone through bad times,
Correct.
and that is a learning for us, right? So we have to learn how to live in the uncertainties. right? So that is, I mean, even though we listen and hear to many movies or episodes, it is all the same, but the angle of viewing is so different. So we have to catch that, we have to learn from that, and then try to move ahead. So I
Ma'am, like you
agree.
mentioned about Ramayan, okay? Like whatever happened with Ramji, when I was small, I did not have a clear understanding. I used to say I don't like Ramji because, he actually, let his wife go to the forest and all. But once you get the understanding, that he wanted to set the example how a perfect administrator should be, which he set in. So, all those small learnings are there, a lot of takeaways when you read Ramayana, Mahabharata, or any of these books. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for calling that out, Shruti. Okay, I'm moving on to the next verse. This verse is again, it talks about the one whose heart melts towards every being. To him, what else will mean knowledge? Okay, so this means to say that there is no need to show spirituality. Show love and compassion to everyone at all times, and there is no need of any other knowledge. This is supreme. Love and compassion is supreme. This is being told by every great person, irrespective of the religion or the region. This is something that is common, I can say. For him, there is no knowledge that is required beyond, right? But don't confuse knowledge with awareness. Awareness is different and knowledge is different here. Okay, this person automatically he'll gain respect, and he'll be able to lead and inspire others to live a better life. Here he says that it is so empathetic, it is so good that this person will attain moksha through this kindness that he shows, right? Okay, so this is one. And moving on to the next verse, it says, desires of the mind. Who has got all the cushy things in life? Everything depends on destiny, therefore count your blessings, right? Count your blessings. I want to focus on this count. Nowadays, there is a trend of journaling. We journal gratitude. Every morning they say you have to uh, tell three things that you are grateful for. In the evening, write down three things that you are grateful for. So Chanakya in 4000 4th century BC is spoken about counting your blessings. Instead of building upon desires of the mind which are never ending, you should count your blessings. That is when you will be really happy. You will know how many good things that you have compared to the less fortunate people, right? And this will also bring down your egoism, and it will increase your awareness of the supreme soul, right? And this supreme soul is the ultimate goal of any person, right? So agree? Any thoughts on this? So we talk about egoism, how to keep the egoism under control. So the opposite of that is being humble. So how do we be humble, right? So we have to keep things under control. The desires have to be in control. We have to count on things that we already have, rather than we running after things that we don't have, right? So that is what it means to say. Okay, I'm moving on to the next verse. The human mind is indeed the cause of bondage and deliverance. The love of pleasure enslaves, but detachment liberates. So here I want to focus on the detachment. He says, but detachment liberates, right? It will relieve us of all the pain or being enslaved with the mind that is running after pleasure and happiness. So I'll read out these lines. When one goes in search of pleasure, one becomes a slave of his own mind and its cravings, right? So how to come out of it is to detach from the worldly possessions, and also to keep the relationship. This is really difficult, I would appreciate if anybody wants to volunteer, because we are hearing a lot about detachment these days, right? So how to detach? They say detachment in attachment, or I mean the other way, but how easy or difficult it is to practice this, right? Any thoughts on that?
Ma'am, my take on detachment will be that, we keep on doing our karma, what is best for us, and we do not focus on the result, as it is said in the Bhagavad Gita, karmanya karaste ma phaleshu kadachanam. So, you are not attaching yourself to any result. You are just doing your actions, and what is to be done, you are just doing your part. So, I think that is what is my definition of detachment.
Detachment, yeah. So we think that we can control many things, but it is not true, right? So we have to let go, we have to know when to let go, and that is detachment according to me. We have to do, yeah, as you mentioned, we have to do what we can do, but there are things like the result of what we do can go anywhere, right? It can be as per what we expect, and sometimes it may be the other way also. It may not be as per our expectation. So in that case, we have to accept and let go, right? So that is detachment. So this is one verse, and I wanted to pick on one verse which is very interesting. So it talks about how an elephant is, right? When you think of an elephant, what do you think? You think of its strength, right? It is the large animal, it is a huge animal, it is very strong, it can flip anybody, it can take a person and flip the person upside down. But just think of a situation: the elephant will not will not be normal. It will go mad when a bee or a fly sits on the head, right? It will become like mad. It will turn its head here and there. It will flap its ears. So even though elephant is so strong, and it is like, considered to be the one of the large animals, strong animals, it cannot stand a bee or an insect or a fly sitting on its head or any part of. So it will really, feel restless, and it will start shaking. But the insect will happily go and sit on a tree or a flower, and it will enjoy its time, right? So that fly is so small, and the elephant is so big. So it is, if you have to relate to human mind, our mind is like that elephant, right? It will go restless when it does not meet the expectations. Everything has to go as per our needs, right? If something goes haywire, then we are not able to accept that. So that is one good verse that he has quoted here. And before I conclude, I just want to tell one thing. Yeah, we are reading books, we are trying to understand many things, but it is very important. He says that man can live up to 120 years. 120 years, but he adds one word there: 120 smiling years. So let us all keep smiling, okay? No matter what we do, without this smiling or the happiness that we show on ourselves, on our face, there is nothing beyond that. We have to keep smiling, be happy, and that is how I would like to end my reading today. Thank you so much. Any questions before I hand it over to the next reader? I think it is Suhas.
One,
Thanks,
one,
everybody.
one question is from my side, ma'am. Can you little bit elaborate knowledge and awareness difference if you make me understand that? And thank you so much for the wonderful presentation without any PPT and all that.
Yeah, thank you, Rajeshwari. It's good to see you on the camera. I had not seen you before. So, Rajeshwari, see, I feel that knowledge and awareness, I'm not the right person to tell, but because it is very vast and beyond. But to my understanding, I would say, and not even knowledge, awareness is trying to be aware of everything around us without having to go deep into it, right? Just know what is happening, what is there, what is not there, could be awareness. But knowledge could be something deeper. It is a subject in itself, and trying to know about a particular subject requires focus, time, and attention. That is what I think is knowledge. But it is open for any debate or discussion. It's a vast subject. A very good question, actually.
Can I add something here?
Yeah, yes,
From my
Soumya. Yes,
perspective, yeah,
yes,
I
Soumya.
think knowledge is just a information, like whatever we collect from outside world, whatever other people based on their experiences or logically whatever they have shared. But awareness is more of the senses involvement, like how we experience through different senses. In NLP, like if anyone NLPian here, they can relate to. So awareness, it is not just what is happening outside, but also inside. Even after collecting the information, how we are processing those information. So and how we are giving the meaning to that. So that is what more of awareness,
Yes,
inside out.
this is more closer. Thank you so much, Soumya. Yeah, makes sense. Awareness we are associating with the senses, right?
Yes,
The
yes,
Panchabhutas,
yes.
sorry,
No, no, no. How do we feel?
Panchendriyas.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And also giving the meaning, like experiences. After receiving the information, how we are processing it and giving the meaning. So nowadays, going deeper to NLP, so it became easy for me to answer.
Oh, nice.
Thank
Maybe I'll
you.
connect with you later to know better, to
Sure,
create my awareness about NLP.
sure. Thank you so much, Rajeshwari. It was really a wonderful suggestion, wonderful presentation without PPT, like Rajeshwari said, because I was listening
No,
and
actually, I wanted to refer to book. I didn't want to sound corporate here. So for that reason, I'm showing this book and reading through the book, which is actual book reading for me. Thank you so much, everyone, for the
thank
participation.
you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was your first presentation and you're a new member to our field. I hope you have liked our group and you will be sharing your thoughts and your knowledge with us. So whenever you get time, do join our session. Every Friday, we used to have conduct this session.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
anyone would like to share something about ma'am or how you have liked anything? If you want to add, just go through.
Uh, nothing for now, but I just want to dedicate this first session of mine to my mom. She was an voracious reader. She used to read books in three different languages. She was a very quick reader those times. She is still there, but she is into Alzheimer's and she is not able to read. She is mentally and physically impaired, but she has made me capable of what I am today. So I want to dedicate this first reading of mine to my mom. So thank you so much, and I would like to participate. Uh, uh, just a quick information for everyone. So in the last 1 year has been very terrible for me. I have gone through back-to-back trauma. I was into deep anxiety disorder and panic attacks and so on. But I've come out of it very recently, I can say, less than a month or so. And I wanted to pick this up no matter what. It was a challenge for myself, and I told myself and I told the universe and my divine that I'm taking the first step, and you help me take 100 different 100 more steps going forward. So that is how I am here today.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's really shows the courage to come and face so many people. So we all are with you. Our group is with you. So
Thank
whenever you
you
need us,
so much. Yeah, thank you.
so now I would like to invite Suhas sir. I think he was, yeah, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
So now the stage is yours, sir. The platform is yours.
yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
A little
So,
bit if you can. Sound is less if you can. volume.
Oh, okay, I'll increase.
Yeah.
Hello, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Hello, everyone. Um, though I'm right from beginning, I've attached this group, but I have not read many books. But I don't know. But first of all, we are with you, Rajashree ma'am. First of all, I'll tell her whatever difficulties are there, your mental this thing, we are with you, and we wish healthy recovery to your mom. We all pray for that thing.
Thank you,
So
sir.
we are,
Thank you so
yeah,
much.
yeah, we are going back to see. This is Dr. Suhas Merchant. I'm Dr. Suhas Merchant. I'm a dentist by profession. Plus, I'm a yoga teacher and professional yoga therapist or a therapeutic yoga consultant for treating various diseases. Many. So this is my primary these things. So we'll go back to the see that uh, I was this is one of the paper is there in Marathi where every week there's a bookmark column wherein many new books are reviewed and the all books are reviewed and some a short summary of those books are given. So uh, interest arose me I read this thing and interest arose me that I must share this thing with our readers group. So the book is Shattered Lands. This is written by Sam Dalrymple, and this is the publishers are Harper Collins. The pages are 536, and the price is 799 rupees. Probably this is recently published book, so I don't have that. I have not read that book. I just am reading the summary of that book. So if any mistakes are there, please forgive me. So how the part see we know the partitions of many countries. We have read in our history also. But this is regard is why this arose interest because this was regarding India, the United India, the vast India. So the this thing starts. So the British had sent Simon, a British officer, to India, and there was a agitation going against the Simon that go back, Simon, go back, Simon. We have studied in history. So that was the date 29 June 1999. Basically, Simon first arrived in India, that is United India Empire, United Indian Empire. He arrived in Eden, which is a part of today's Yemen. Then India was spread on one side from Yemen to the other side from Brahmadesh, a huge area. This is not a story of 1000 or 15 years, 1500 years olds, but a less than 100 years old, which was a part of Indian map occupied by British Empire. And the book is also written by a British. From 1928 onwards, for 43 years up to 1971, this country was partitioned and many countries came into existence. This history is presented in this book that is Shattered Lands, written by young historian Sam Dalrymple. It's a very hard studied background of history of 75 years. He narrates the story when Gujaratis were sheikhs in Arbastan, in Brahmadesh, the Tamil Chettiars were there. They did their business along with owning lands. Yemen king was born in Hyderabad, who used to give references of Kautilya. One Mr. Uttam Singh was a refugee from Sal Imam of Bangladesh. One Mr. Dhirubai was job in Yemen. So these are the various people who were staying in this United India toward that part of the country. These are the real life. These are the real life actors and are witness to this history. The author unveils the known and sometimes intentionally hidden history to the readers. Amongst the important neglected history was that of Myanmar, that is today's Myanmar, and that time's Brahmadesh. This was a very rich and peaceful place, but the unrest started in third decade. Unrest erupted against the people who were settled in Brahmadesh from outside countries. In coming years, British government chose a bloodbath partition of Myanmar to begin with. Myanmar didn't want to get separated from Bharat, that is India, as a separate country. That time, the leaders like Suhas was of the opinion that a revolt there should be a revolt with weapons against the British government. Mahatma Uthama, who was recognized as the Mahatma Gandhi of Brahmadesh, was also opposing the partition. This is what the author is mentioning some names and the incidences. The castes like Naga and Shan were also in opposition. The democratic leaders also like USO were also against the partition of Myanmar. The local population were misguided that the migrated population from other countries of different religion, caste, and creed are responsible for their miseries. The migrated population was misguided about the progress of the country. This situation sparked a partition of Myanmar. The partition initiated a bloody violence, consuming many lives. This trend is continuing till date. The first victims of this violence were Hindus, Sikh, Muslim, Tamils. These were all Indians. Then for next 20 years, a frightening exodus happened. Congress and 1 minute. Yes. Huh. Then for 20 years, a frightening exodus happened. Congress and Jinnah both protested against the partition. The situation deteriorated after the aggression of Japan on Brahmadesh during World War II, and this changed the situation in the Brahmadesh. The common Indian people suffered a lot. They were dislodged from Myanmar. Their journey to the terrain was miserable and horrifying. On the other hand, the running British soldiers were escorted with a comparatively safe escape. This is only the British author is writing about the Britishers. In comparison to this partition, the partition of South Arabia from India was less violent. Once Yemen, Oman, and UAE and other Arab countries were a part of British Empire, which were integral part of Bharat or India. The Great Revolutionary, if you remember, Vasudeva Balwant Phadve was also kept in Yemen's Eden. In the third decade, the British separated this part of India. During that time, many Sikh, Jews, and Indians were settled in Brahmadesh at that time. After this technical partition before 1950, for many years, this South Arabia was very much like a part of British Empire, especially the southern part of Yemen was dominant of Indian population. Some province Nizams chief were under the province of Hyderabad Nizam also. Kaiti Nizam was the son-in-law of Nizam. In his writing, there are references of Chanakya also. The Sultan of Oman studied India. He conferred a degree of Sheikh to a merchant from India. After World War II, the British economy started declining. The president of Egypt, Nasser, propagated the Arab unity. This led to cutting off all cultural, trade, and political relations of India with Arabia. The movements in Yemen reached the flow of Indians to Yemen. Uh, the, uh, the, the movement in Yemen reduced the flow of Indians to Yemen. The popular province Nizam, Kaiti, was thrown out of the country. The Arab Mughal South architectural monuments were destroyed. Sultan Qaboos of Oman took a comparatively lenient stand, and today there are some Indians over there who have been conferred a degree of Sheikh also. For example, Mr. Khimji is the industrialist in Oman. With the passage of time, the Sheikhs of Oman, Qatar, etc., got an influence in international relations politics. The author has discussed the Bharat-Pakistan 1947 partition in detail. A lot of literature is available about this partition, so we'll not go through it. But some interesting facts are revealed about the behaviors of the heads of the different provinces in India. For example, the heads of Jodhpur, Jaisalmer province were seriously thinking about joining Pakistan. Jinnah took it for granted for the merger of Kashmir to Pakistan, but Nehru and government of India insisted a merger of Kashmir with India. One of the important topic is about the story of Naga and Mizo castes. After partition of Brahmadesh, they were divided into two countries. Naga leaders Fizo used to say that Nepal and Bhutan are independent states, but we are divided into two countries. So he was the Fizo was a rebel. India and Pakistan had cordial relations in the decades of 1950. The relations changed after Pakistan gave support to Naga leader Fizo. Mujibur Rahman was active. This is the part coming to the separation of Bangladesh. Mujibur Rahman was active in East Pakistan, that is today's Bangladesh. Nehru supported Mujibur very cautiously. In 1971, the Pakistan army launched Operation Searchlight. It was again a bloodbath against the Bengal population. The author has explained this all in detail in the book. In the book, the author has written about the some personal uh, lives of the political leaders. In any geographically placed lands, people with different backgrounds of economics, cultural, or caste uh, stay together. They with different religion. They always stay amicably with each other. The army chiefs of India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh studied that time in one British academy. In 25 years, they were the chiefs of army of their countries, and they were in fight with each other after 25 years. Or common people or community try to stay or live amicably with each other. But sometimes the politics or army or international politics, international political stability or industry cunningness instigate the common people to fight or subjects on the subjects of religion, caste, and creed and language. And this leads to the path of violence. This is what the end of this summary is there. I don't know whether you liked it or not, but I found it to be interesting, so I decided to share with you people.
Thank you so much, Suhas sir.
Yes,
We
please
did
take
not know, at least I did not know many things about what you just said.
Yeah,
Uh,
I too was new to this thing.
yeah,
yes.
it is very surprising.
So how vast was India? This is what Madam also gave a reference of Chanakya and all these things.
Uh,
So we had a very rich heritage, philosophy and everything, and how the politics and everything changes the world.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, for picking this topic and sharing with
Yeah,
us.
yeah. Thank you very much. If any mistakes are there, please forgive me.
Well, Dr. Suhas, I know India is merging now. Like after all these announcements by Mr. Donald Trump, a new India
Yeah,
is emerging.
yeah,
And
Yes,
what
so
I
true
could,
with this.
yes, absolutely. And what I could envision that this India 2047,
yeah,
by that time, probably the whole world will be.
yeah. It's we are gaining the golden days again. I think
Mm.
Absolutely.
the
Absolutely.
the
So,
world is recognizing us what we were that we were. Then we didn't find any place in the world.
absolutely. And as I'm talking about what I'm talking about is that you and I will be instrumental in making that thing happen.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
You
That's
know?
right.
So people will
That's
write history. People will write books, and the future history of India will be written on based on what you and I am doing today, right?
yeah. That will be the history of the after this thing to coming 25
Exactly.
years.
Exactly. So it's an opportunity for each one of us to become a part of that history.
Yeah.
That children of our children will read in their school.
Yeah. That's right.
these stories are amazing. That how big this country was, and now it's going to be even bigger than that.
And what these Western countries, they are talking about motivation and peace of mind and everything. These are all things are mentioned in our scriptures and everywhere in our philosophy.
Absolutely, they're just packaging it, package drinking water.
Yeah, yeah. S- it's very interesting to note that there are means I'm reading some books on yoga. There are many books on yogas written by those some English people, Russian people, American. There are so many people, but they all in writing the book they all mention about the Patanjali and everything and this thing and that thing, and then they go ahead with that thing. Means they are agreeing for all these things. It is surprising.
Absolutely, see, it's only the game of packaging. You
Yeah,
know, I still remember those days when we used to be in the railway station and would have just opened the tap and drink the water from it.
yeah.
And now we buy packaged drinking water. So see, packaging is what which makes things interesting.
Sir, I can talk about one day I'll talk about packaging this thing. It's a very vast subject. We
Please,
can
yeah,
devote one
absolutely.
full time on plastic also. I read a lot on
So,
plastic.
so if we look at a different angle about the book that you are sharing, or about most of the books which has been written, it's just packaging the knowledge in a way such that the other person finds it interesting to read through pages.
Yeah,
So knowledge is always there anyway. You just आज की डेट में तो knowledge इतना easily accessible हो गया कि I just share the difference between knowledge and awareness. है ना, मैं गूगल में गया, उसको पूछा, उसने मुझे 3 पॉइंट्स दिए, मैंने डाल दिया अभी तो. So it's just packaging it. The difference between knowledge and awareness is still there as a knowledge. So I just package that and put it in the group. And I also made those words bold when I put it in the group, so that you pay your attention to read it. So the game is all about packaging, and like this is always I tell people who want to write books or author books. So बोलता हूँ कि you figure out how you're going to package this knowledge and who are going to buy that package. Your packaging will make sure whether people will buy that book or not. The packaging is very important. Even sometimes the marketing of the book is also part of the packaging. The summary that you talked about the book is also part of the package. So phenomenal. Thank you for sharing. So anybody else would like to add to this as what Dr.
What I
Suhas
would
is
like
saying?
to add, in a single platform, we are getting the knowledge of old scripture, Indian history, and then from Pinaki sir, we are going to get the exciting question. What question we should ask in the real situation? So it's really a good platform for me and others also. In a single hour, we are getting lots of things.
yeah. That's
Just we have to implement in our life.
yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. So Mitesh has wrote something that we were Sonic Chidiya. We are now Sonic Desh. We are gold, silver, platinum, which not only glitters but help others to glitter as well as
Pinaki sir, one thing I would like
by
to
yourself.
say, for
Yeah.
me, your sound, your volume is very less. I don't
Is
know
it so?
about others.
Okay.
Even
Is
for
it better
me,
now?
your voice is very low. I can hardly hear
I
you.
thought it's me only who is not able to
No.
listen
Okay.
to.
Is it
I
better now
also
by
thought
any?
the same.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
So same
Yes,
thoughts.
sir.
How the psychology is. Just see.
Okay. So like, am I audible now?
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, now you are
Yes, yes.
audible. Clear, clear.
पक्का. चलो ठीक है.
थोड़ा और चाहिए मुझको.
थोड़ा और
I
ठीक है.
listen loud
मैं
voice.
इसको
I
निकाल
don't
देता
know.
हूँ.
Then you should increase your
ये कैसा
volume,
ना?
Rajeshwari. You should increase your volume.
Just give me a minute. Yeah. So
You're not audible, Pinaki.
now
Yeah,
You
now
are
it is better.
now.
Now it
Yeah.
it's
is
better.
better.
Okay, good.
You are audible.
Good. And I'm clearly audible.
Yeah.
The volume is up.
It's
Okay.
okay.
It's okay. Okay.
The volume should be up, not the noise.
If you can still increase, it's better. Otherwise, this is also okay.
This is also okay. Fantastic. Good. So the topic that I chose to discuss on is what is the most important question that you can ask in any given point of time and in any given situation. So I just want somebody to volunteer. We have some time, around 7 minutes. I believe I could do some justice to the 7 minutes. So just who wants to become volunteer? Who wants to be a
Seema
volunteer
has
for?
picked her
I
hand.
can do.
ओके
I
चलो
can
तो
do.
मैं काफी देर से अपना हाथ उठा रही थी चलो अब बात करने का मौका मिल गया उसे so
Good
okay
evening,
so
Pinaki ji. Good evening, everyone.
good evening Rutim. After a long time we are interacting and it's a pleasure for me
Yes,
to talk to you also.
same here.
Good. So the what is most important question that you think you can ask somebody now before we go into that. Let me ask this question that just share something which you's bothering you for a long time. You are doing whatever is possible. You are doing whatever is possible from your end, yet the
Hmm.
things are the same. हो सकता है some movement had happened, but still you are not getting what you want to get. So what is that
Hmm.
something which is bothering you?
As such, nothing. I feel like everything is going as per what I am doing, I am getting. Yet
Mhm.
there is every day there is improvement, so I am improving. But I'm not bothered about anything right now.
Okay, then you can uh, make yourself silent. I need somebody who is bothered about something in his or her life.
Sure, sure, sure.
Select any healers, okay? They're already worked on themselves and they accept everything with gratitude and love, compassion. So if even if you pick also, they don't have any problem, even if they have problem. Am I
Well,
right, Rutima?
I didn't say whether you have a problem or not. I said
No,
something
no.
that is bothering you.
True.
No, that is what,
I
even
think
if,
she's right.
see, even if the things are bothering, we don't take it as a, like it is bothering. We accept it, okay, God has given us to make us strong. So our
Yeah,
perception,
exactly. It's
Okay.
like go ahead with whatever is coming and find out those nuggets which are important and let go of the rest. So, what is
The
the
smile
learning?
says the smile says it all.
Yes.
And as Rajashree said, it's not about just living 120 years, but 120 years of smile. You know? So some people interpret it in a way, चलो साल में एक बार smile करेंगे तो हो जाएगा. 120 साल जीना है, उसमें से साल में एक बार स्माइल करेंगे तो स्माइलिंग ईयर बन ही जाएगा.
नहीं अभी बहुत रो लिए अभी रोना बिल्कुल भी नहीं है.
Good. So yes, Shruti. So if you have something that really bothers you, you can talk about it.
Yes, Pinaki ji, I would like to share. So I am wanting to start my own fashion tech portal from, let's say, 5 years,
Mhm.
and I have not been able to work on it. Like I am giving some time, but because of my job and other urgent commitments, I'm not able to give it time. So that is something which really bothers me. That it is something I really want to do, but I have not been able to do.
Okay, good, fantastic. Now, I would suggest each one of you find out at least one such thing which is really bothering you for a long time, even now. You are doing everything. See, many times what happens, we are unable to identify them. But one area where you will find them, where things are really bothering you, is relationship. There are definitely some relationships in your life which are bothering you some way or other. Okay, you cannot ignore them. And if you look at this word relationship, what I mean is relationship with everything that you have. It may not be only limited to people. It could be limited to the work that you do. It could be limited to the technologies that you want to make yourself comfortable with. It could be anything which
has to do something with your relationship with it, and it is bothering you because you are still not able to take it to the level where you want to take it for whatever reason. Okay. So like when I say I'm a relationship coach, sometimes I say I'm a relationship coach. The only relationship that I talk about is how to make a relationship a strong, profitable, long term, and probably reliable as well. If you notice carefully, the only thing that you and I need to do, that we are looking for an answer to in any area, whether it is your work, whether it is a profession, whether it is your studies, whether it is your relationship with people, relationship with people who really matter to you, relationship with your society. The only thing, the only question that you are asking yourself and the answer that you are hunting for is how I can create a strong, reliable, long term, profitable relationship. So I'm not a corporate trainer. So when I was asked this question that you are not a corporate trainer, in fact, we have never been to any corporate world either. तो आपको क्या लगता है आप कैसे ये ट्रेनिंग ले सकते हो? तो मैंने उनको बोला कि I only work on relationship. So even when you are working in a corporate environment, it's all a game of relationship with your partners, relationship with your colleagues, relationship with your juniors, relationship with your seniors, relationship with your management, relationship with your clients. And the only area where I work is how to build a strong, profitable, long-term and reliable relationship, trustworthy relationship. इनफैक्ट अगर आप देखेंगे जितने भी ट्रेनिंग्स दिया जाता है, जितने भी ट्रेनिंग्स, वॉट एवर ट्रेनिंग इट इज, it's all about just one thing: how to create a strong, profitable, reliable, long-term relationship, starting with self, then doing it with others. So if you have a strong, profitable, long-term, trustworthy relationship with every people and every activity that you're doing, there is nothing is bothering you. If not, then the list is really long and you're not even aware of it. So take every relationship, just write this question: am I actually having a strong, profitable, long-term, trustworthy relationship with this? If the answer is yes for all the 4 parameters, it is not bothering at all. But if any of the parameters, the answer is not yes, I'm not saying it's no. If the answer is not yes, it is definitely that particular area which is bothering you. Okay. So the question which is started with is there something which is bothering you, or what is that which is bothering you? So this is a very long session. This could be a very long session, but I am just giving you one starting point because I have very small time with me. The starting point is just this. This one question, that am I having, note the words, am I having a strong, trustworthy, long-term, profitable relationship or not with anything which is important for you, which really matter to you? You can literally write them down. You can create a notebook out of it, that this notebook is all about my relationships. And pick all those areas which are really, really important for you. People, activities, opportunities, just note them down and ask these four questions. If your answer is yes to all of them, there's nothing to be bothered about. But if one of the answers is not yes, that is the area where you really need to work. Yes, Rajashree.
So, Pinagi, can you repeat the questions, the 4 questions that you said?
Yeah, I repeated it 5 times so far because I'm counting how
Sorry.
many times I'm repeating.
Sorry. I had to,
Yeah.
my battery is going down, so I had to step out.
It's not your battery, maybe your mobile's battery.
Yeah.
So
Yes, you're
don't
right.
label yourself with it.
Sorry.
Be
Yes,
careful.
you're
Be
right.
careful while labeling yourself. Many a times we do this mistake. So don't label yourself. It's all about strong, trustworthy, long-term, profitable relationship. 4 parameters. We can add more parameters, but these 4 are good enough.
Trustworthy,
Long-term
long-term and
Profitable.
and profitable.
profitable. And fourth one,
I'm repeating again. This is the
trustworthy.
7th time I'm repeating. Okay, so I'm
Yeah,
counting.
yeah. We are
the
we are
seventh time.
we are dumb students. Yeah.
It's not about we. You know, that's the biggest mistake most of us do by
Yeah.
generalizing ourselves with everybody else.
Yeah.
So it's okay. There's so many the smart things. You just posted it in the group. See, this is where you need to check yourself. Are you actively listening or not? And what are you actively listening to? To what you want to know, to what you want to pay attention to, or what you don't want to pay attention to. You know, many a times what happens, you pay attention to thoughts like मैं ध्यान से नहीं सुन रहा हूँ, है ना? लोग ऐसे ही हैं और मैं भी उनकी तरह ही हूँ. I'm just like them. We are dumb. You know, your entire attention is there, and that is what you are listening. And you are listening actively to that instead of actively listening to the 4 points or 5 points. You know?
नाही बाजून
So,
करतो मी.
so
बरो आणच.
it's all about 4 words, starting with strong,
हा
followed by trustworthy, followed by long term, followed by
दहीमा
profitability.
दहीमा चटणी.
You know, हो सकता है तीनों parameters आपका yes है. Many of the times, this 4th parameter is not yes. It's not a profitable relationship. And probably 99% cases, it is the 4th parameter which you are really bothered about, which really bothers you. That is this a profitable relationship for me or not? Am I just adjusting myself, compromising, or am I actually enjoying it? I'm reaping some good things out of that
ખાવા
relationship.
તૈયાર છે મારું બંધ છે બધું. Sorry.
Anna? So let's stick to this one question and just practice this over this week. Next week, अगर मुझे फिर से दोबारा मौका मिले तो I will work further on this. We'll work further on this. ठीक है? But this one question is very, very important. You can apply it in all area of your life. कहीं पे भी when things are not working the way you want them to work. Yes, Soumya, it is one question with many parameters. And these 4 parameters are actually defining everything, including you yourself. You can even ask yourself. You know, and उसका अगर थोड़ा सा और भी deeply करना चाहते हैं, you just take the wheel of life. So your wheel of life in all those 8 areas or 10 areas and ask yourself whether you have a strong, reliable or trustworthy, long-term and profitable relationship with yourself or not in that particular area. ठीक है? करके देखिए. And you can also share your thoughts in the group. अपना जो FELD group उसमें आप डाल सकते हैं कि this is what I discovered. And just work with yourself. Do not add any judgment कि ये सही है या नहीं है. Do not add any meaning to this. Just do it. है ना, जैसा हम NLP में बोलते हैं कि just listen and follow it as a presupposition. Do not add any meaning to it. So don't add any meaning to this activity. Just do it. मान लो कि ऐसा ही है, करके देखते हैं. ऐसा ही है ना. Just focusing on these 4 parameters. Okay, with yourself in all the areas of wheel of life and with everybody else. जो भी आपके लिए important है. It can be your wife, it can be your husband, it can be your mother, children, clients, the shopkeeper, the doodh wala, the paper wala. Actually do this. People who really matter to you.
Pinaki, can I add something?
Yes, you can always add.
Okay, so for me, what I feel, when we talk about relationship, instead of profitability, I think valuable is what more opt for this. Because when we think about profit, many people try to consider in terms of money, right? So when we think about value, then it shows that how their core beliefs, right? So values are so important, you already know. So that's why I feel valuable instead of profitable. It can be replaced. If I have to consider, I'll consider it as
You
valuable.
can do that, but all these 4 things are values only.
Yes, that is true. So when we mention profit, no, it gives a different meaning because
So
many
when
people
say
consider in terms of money
let's
only.
say when I mention profit,
Yes.
don't generalize it. See, this is a big trap. Generalization is the biggest trap that most of the time you and I get into. We fall into that trap even without noticing it. So don't generalize. Say whenever I hear the word profit, I always think about money.
Money.
And so every time Pinaki writes sweet more earning divine angels, I don't know what earning he's talking about. And so I talk about all the good things that you can earn in your life. Now, if that happens, money will be automatically a byproduct of all those earnings. That's why I write sweet more earning, and you can say sweet more earning throughout the day.
Right.
So
Because since I am also a business coach, so maybe that is the reason profit means for me it comes like that only,
exactly. So
because
profit means that what value I'm going to get. I absolutely resonate with you. Profit is profit, whether it is terms of money, whether it terms of value, whether it terms of whatever it is. Even money is also a form of value only.
yes.
So basically, what we are talking about is these four values. All these four things are values. You
So
think
okay. Okay,
long
fine.
term is the value, है ना?
Fine. So that is why this question is not applicable to everybody, because everybody has their own values. So
Oh yes,
everybody will have a different questions to ask
yes.
based on their values.
So that's why I said don't attach any meaning to
Hmm.
it. So don't attach any meaning to the word profit also.
Detach.
Yeah, that's why I made it very clear. Do not attach any meaning. Just take it as it is.
Yeah. That's why Rajashree already prepared us. Detach yourself.
Yes.
And you are ending with a sweet note, matching to the starting point, whatever she covered. Thank you so much, Pinaki. It was really a wonderful session altogether, if I have to
Yes.
talk about the entire session.
All right. So with this new awareness, what do you see possible for yourself now?
So
What
Pinaki,
was
you put a bug for the weekend.
it? Yes.
For
You gave a
everything.
task. And
Like
there
a
is a science
serial
for
drama.
7 days. If you are doing it, I read somewhere programming
In
happens in 7 days also. Somewhere I read, I just forgetting which book it was.
See, we
7 days.
can take this to any level. We can take this to another level. For example, you want to develop such relationship with somebody. For example, say I want to develop a strong, trustworthy, long-term, profitable relationship with somebody. Then you can take a piece of paper, उसको बीच में से vertically fold कीजिए. On the left hand side आप लिखिए इसको करने से आपको क्या क्या फायदा मिलने वाला है. How you are going to be benefited if you can actually do that. And then on the right side you just put out if you actually do that, what other challenges you might face. Okay. You can also find out ways to make that relationship for you to work. You can just write down that how can I that this is the next question which comes, that how can I create that strong, profitable, long term and trustworthy relationship with this person. Now if this person is important for me, how can I do that? So all these questions comes later. What is most important question is that do you want to create that relationship or not? So I just gave you 4 parameters so far, and these 4 parameters are well researched. They're actually well researched. You can do your own research also. You can actually do your own research, create an Excel worksheet and do this research. Points डाल के देखिए कितने cases में people rely you. We can look at it from the other side also. Does that person is at all experience that kind of relationship with me? Trustworthy, profitable, long term, strong. अगर नहीं तो then it's a food for thought with me. Yes, absolutely, Soumya. Then it's a food for thought with me. If that person is not experiencing this relationship with me, then what are the areas where I can work? Yes, over to Rajashree.
Thank you so much. Got so many things to just implement and imbibe and all that. Anyone else would like to share something? We have Krishna, Rajesh, then Kruti ma'am. Suman, I don't know if you can unmute yourself. So Medha ma'am is there. One of my friend Girdhar sir is there. Anjali. If you want to add something, just go ahead. Rutima, Amrita ma'am. Shruti has already shared. So if anyone want to share something, any piece of knowledge after this session you got, just please share.
Hi, Rajeshwari. Hi,
Hello.
everyone. So, I just found this a very strong and very profound session, actually. There was so much contrast, and then a glue with Pinaki's version of relationship. See, first book, what Rajshri ma'am explained, it was all about how to build a kingdom,
Hmm.
okay, on the basis of humanity. And what Dr. Suhas said, how a kingdom broke.
Yes.
Right. So, so much contrast. One way, one side, we are talking about emotions, we are talking about values, humanity, and the core principle that even a administrator or the a person holding the power, he has to sacrifice many times just to keep the countrymen together. On the other side, the political leaders, just for their own sake, for their own self-interest, selfishness, it was just political agenda, fighting for the land which they themselves don't own. It is only for a power what they wanted, or the ego, their own pride. And because of that, such a huge empire, our Indian वो जो पूरा इतना मतलब हाँ वो जो भारत का पूरा ना, they just broke it into, and it was not just one partition, India Pakistan, there were so many partitions. I think 5 partitions happened
Yes,
during that
yes.
time. Bangladesh, Burma, and Pakistan as well. Was whatever it was, but it shattered.
Hmm.
So it was only for something. But when we talk about attachment and detachment, one talks about detachment, other talks about attachment. So much of contrast is there. So much contrast in the values. And then comes the binding thing, कि relationship. आपको कैसे relationship को बना के रखना. And the core value of relationship is love, humanity, sacrifice, and एक ना कि how to keep others towards you. आपको कैसे उनको ना, you don't have to let them go away. You have to keep them close. That is the feeling, togetherness ki. So those are the things, 3 different things, so much contrast. And then it was a wonderful, like, I felt this was a complete session where we learned so many things in just 1 hour. In a nutshell, everything was there. Such a profound thing. And Dr. Suhas, so much, thank you so much, because generally history is never discussed. And this is a topic, really, we are always talking about self-help. Why do we need so much self-help when there is so much to learn from our history? We are learning from Chanakya, and जो भागवत गीता है, मतलब these are the core principles. आज भी हम वही पढ़ रहे हैं self help में. These are the other authors are bringing up those topics and printing different books. If you see, so many books hold the same values. You will also get confused. अच्छा ये कौन सी book में पढ़ा था? I don't remember. Oh, this is a repetition. But if you just take one book, Bhagavad Gita, or just take one Chanakya Niti, one talks about administration, the other talks about human values. कैसे आपको how to live a life. Correct. So only 2 books are enough. Why do we need so many
Yes.
books? So I really loved the session, and I'm so blessed. I'm happy because generally I don't attend the sessions. It is
Yes.
very late for me, but really I'm so lucky I got to attend this session. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rajshri ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Suhas, and thank you, Pinaki sir.
Thank you, Anjali. You've stitched all the three so very well. Even I could not
Yes.
imagine. You have brought in so many colors to these three narratives. So thank you so much for that. This is a punching, what to say, end of session, to the end of
Yes.
session.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Anjali.
just to say thank you to Anjali ji. So I'm very much thankful to you, and yeah, I also get say confused. So there are so many self-help books. So different authors are packing. The external packing is the same thing is there. They're packed in different ways, and sometimes I feel so I am so much depressed, or I am so much not good in everything, socializing this thing, that thing, and so many books are coming with self-help books. So that is a bit confusing thing.
True, true. Absolutely true. And it's so much confusing, na?
Some of the time, yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Anjali, for bringing this in a simple words. You have concluded the session in a very means, uh, nice way. Means I have not thought Thank you so much, dear. And try to join if you get the time. It's a request from everyone because you people bring the most beautiful color in this field. It's not just me. I am just pushing myself. Whatever the thing is there, let meet once in a week. So many people from different platform, different things we are doing in our life. Just let's come and discuss. Then only we can make a good India, better India for our kids who are just growing. This main motive, I only took this responsibility of the Friday session. Okay, nobody will be there. I will be there talking to people and collecting the names. I don't know what happened on Friday. Even my family is betting. I have not taken the food made and just given to them. कैसे भी खा लो आज, कल देखेंगे कुछ अच्छा बनाएंगे. So this, I just early in the morning something happens to me on Friday for FELD session especially. Thank you so much. I can't stop myself. So thank you. It means a lot. You people come and just add the beautiful colors in this. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank
So,
you.
Thank you all.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everyone.
Rajeshwari ji, for this good session and your devotion for this thing. We appreciate your efforts. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you so
May,
much, everyone. Thank you, Rajeshwari.
Wish you all Shubha Deepavali, because the Deepavali
Yes,
coming.
yes.
I don't say Happy Diwali. It's a Shubha Deepavali.
Okay, sir.
well, my
Any
version is
reason there, sir? Suhas, sir? So, okay, yeah, understood.
Yeah, what is this?
No, I
Yes,
didn't
understood.
understand. Now I
There it
didn't
is.
understand.
Shubh is
क्यों
blessed.
वो
Shubh
अभी हम
is
लोग
blessed.
It's an
No,
Indian
I
tradition
want.
to say Shubha.
Shubh is blessed Deepavali.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Happy is just happy.
Happy.
Happy is
Yes,
just
yes. So,
happy. You can't define that thing happy. Shubha, you can see it as a broad sense.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
so.
Yeah.
My version is that make your Diwali
So say Shubha
amazing.
Deepavali. Do they say Shubha Christmas? Do they say Shubha Christmas?
No.
We will say.
Do they
Why
do
we
they
have
say
to follow the same thing? We will say.
do they say Shubha Christmas? They never say Shubha Christmas. Happy Christmas.
Absolutely. Well, my
Shubh
version is that make your
Deepavali.
Diwali amazing.
Thank you,
It
everyone.
was really nice session before the Diwali. Just we have blown the stage, so many speaker with wisdom, so many things we got. Okay, so from yes, ma'am, Sumedha ma'am. Just
I
add
said
something.
nothing. I'm just listening to everybody, and just Dr. Swaz has talked about partition. So it was reminding me of my parents telling us so many stories about Lahore, about Rawalpindi and all that. Of course, was born much later, and the whole picture was coming in front of my eyes. That's my father is explaining things to me, and it was nice, but it gives a lot of aches to both the sides, this side also, that side also. Anyway, we have to just let go these things, and of course Pinaki always steal the show. I don't know क्या खा के बैठते हैं यहाँ पर. मुझे पूछना पड़ेगा. He's
अब
always
सुमेधा
No,
मैम को डिनर पे
actually,
बुलाइए आप.
no, he won't sit. No, सरस्वती को लेके बिठाता है वो. That is.
क्या
Absolutely.
ग्लू कौन सी ग्लू यूज करके आते हैं, क्या
Absolutely.
खा के आते हैं पता नहीं.
Yeah,
पूछना
honestly,
पड़ेगा.
I already
पहले जाके.
answered. I already answered. And Pinaki, I know you'll accept that.
yeah. So actually, what I do that whenever I am in any such sessions, I pray to Devi Saraswati to sit on my tongue and do the deliberation. So I don't speak. मैं कुछ नहीं बोलता. So whatever you hear from me, it's all being said by Devi Saraswati and to me. It's not for you. So I pray for it to for myself only that आप मेरे टंग पे बैठ के मुझे ही वो सब सिखाइए, सुनाइए. बाकी आप लोगों को जो मिलता है वो that you only get 5% of it. You know, like अगर हम NLP का देखें, there's a concept called structure of communication, and the structure of communication, there are three parts. The first part is the reference structure, which is actually what happened. Then comes the middle part, which is all about the deep structure, like what is your interpretation about what happened. और उसके ऊपर आता है surface structure, which is your expression of your impression about what happened.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
what you are essentially getting is only 5%. I am getting exposed to the 100%. That's why I invite her to sit on my tongue और मेरे साथ बात करो. बाकियों को क्या मिल रहा है वो आप जानो, ना मुझे भर भर के दो.
हमें भी बहुत कुछ मिला.
इसमें मेरा कोई क्रेडिबिलिटी नहीं है सुमेधा मैम. आई डिजर्व नो क्रेडिबिलिटी फिर वॉट एवर आई एम शेयरिंग विद यू. Zero credibility. Okay, so that's it. Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am. Please continue. We can't
Ma'am,
hear.
you're mute.
शुभ रात्रि मैंने कहा सबको.
Thank you so
और
much.
दिवाली एंजॉय कीजिए. अच्छा लगा सबको मिलके देख के. संडे
Yes.
को फिर मिलेंगे.
Early morning. Okay.
Sunday 6:30 a.m. Now you need to pick up 5 chapters from the book and share it. कि ये 5 चैप्टर आपने जो चूज किया उसमें से आपको क्या मिला. When you practice them, what did you get? Basically, it's a.
Okay, you people are not starting the new book? Same book?
We will start a new book next Sunday.
Okay.
So Sunday is also happening. Sorry, since I exited the group, I just wanted to ask.
Yes, Sunday
What
also.
Sunday 6:30 a.m. we are reading book. So I'll pick up one book for this Sunday also. I'm just figuring out what book we can pick up, which is that kind of book that we read and we can implement at the same time. Again, वही बात आ जाती है, self help. So I don't want anybody to self help. I only focus on self empowerment. So if I fail to self empower you, to motivate, encourage, and inspire yourself, I am doing nothing.
ऐसे बैग में चाबी का ऐसे कुछ जैसा याद से ले जाना, कभी घर की कार की चाबी की डुप्लीकेट.
So that is my commitment, that I'm only focusing on to help you self-empower yourself, to encourage, motivate and inspire yourself. EMI. Life में ये वाला EMI आप अपने लिए डाल दो, बना लो. Encouragement, motivation and inspiration. So in all, like every session, wherever in any session, whenever I talk to somebody, my whole intention is just to self-empower yourself so that you can inspire, encourage and motivate yourself on your own. You don't need to find out those things from outside yourself. You don't probably even need a book for that. So that is my whole intention. Naturally, I look for similar books. जिस किताब को करने से, पढ़ने से हम कर भी सकते हैं साथ साथ, and we can experience that in our life. Okay, so may I close this session, Rajashree?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure. Bye bye, everyone. Shubh Deepavali.
Everyone.
Bye.
Shubh Deepavali.
Bye.
And
Bye.
Bye.